All right, Addie Joe and Caleb, you know where we're going?
Yeah.
Where?
Your old college.
You remember the name of it? What?
Montevallo.
Montevallo, yeah, that's right. The University of Montevallo. And school's about to start for all of us, and so
2 more weeks for me and him.
2 more weeks. So I was feeling a bit nostalgic and thought I would go back to my alma mater. Do you remember the mascot for Montevallo? The Falcons. And do you know what colors Montevallo is? What?
Purple and gold.
Purple and gold. And when you went to Montevallo, you would have to be a purple or a gold. You'd have to decide that day which side you belonged to. And those who didn't fit into either were a green in the middle. So let's take a good look at Montevallo. Here's the big theater in Palmer Hall.
Look at that organ.
Yeah, there's a big organ up there.
There's actually a place where you sit to.
This is an old building, isn't it?
Yeah, you can smell it.
Addie Joe, where they're doing all that construction, used to be an old building. I can't believe they tore it down. Jeter, which is where all of my history classes were. You know, my bachelor's was in history, so I took a lot of classes.
I'm doing
in that
reading.
building. You're doing reading, okay. Here's the quad. On a regular day, you might find folks throwing frisbees and things like that out here. And by the way, Caleb forgot his shoes. Now, whose fault is this? Let's think. 4-year-old told to keep up with his shoes, maybe can't do that. Big sister who said make sure he has his shoes, I don't know. Or maybe Daddy should have checked too, so I don't know. I guess I'll take the blame. Whose fault was it, AJ?
Yours.
Oh, okay.
You said you'll take the blame, so.
All right.
Gold.
I think this is the dynamism, and as a relative long-term professor being here 15 years, I really see the Montevallo sort of special in terms of what it does for both faculty and students in terms of creating sort of long-term goals and desires.
I love her. She's my alma mater, and she has grown too, and I appreciate that. And well, I'll always love it.
Addie Joe, isn't this campus very pretty?
Sure.
The brick roads,
And you know what?
I used to mess up the alignment on my truck probably many times driving through here. What?
I may go to school here.
You may go to school here?
This year.
This year? Oh, okay. You're going
So I'm
to
gonna skip.
2nd through 12th and then come straight to Montevallo?
Yeah.
Okay. Addie Joe, this is Will's building where I did most of my classes for my master's in
Most of your
secondary instruction. So I spent a lot of time in this class as well. Caleb, what do you think so far?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, you're still making up your mind. Hey, Addie Joe, Caleb, this is King House, if I remember right. King House, and supposedly there's some haunted stories that were supposed to take place here at Montevallo. What do you think about some haunted stories of ghosts, Caleb?
Ghosts aren't real. That's a fact.
You don't think they're real? Well, why don't we take a look at this?
The University of Montevallo is widely considered one of the most beautiful campuses in Alabama, but long before becoming a beacon of academia, there is a history of wealth, death, and the supernatural.
Reynolds Hall served as a Civil War trauma center which came under siege during Wilson's raid.
We have a theater in Reynolds Hall. They often will say that they feel a presence, and it's often thought of as an evil presence. And they felt a cold wind at night, just sort of going by them.
And then there are the stories of the unexplainable.
The portrait of Captain Reynolds mysteriously keeps moving from room to room and place to place in Reynolds Hall.
Across campus, there is King House. It's one of the oldest homes in central Alabama. It's here where Edmund King met his death, where his ghost is rumored to stay.
The upstairs bedroom, students have said that there's often a strange light there, and the curtains will move without anyone in King House.
So what is it that ties this spirit to our world?
He was quite wealthy, and that was a little unusual. And so the legend is that he had some gold coins, and the legend is that he buried the gold coins out in his peach orchard. He passed away in 1863 without telling anyone where he had buried these gold coins.
He's merely an apparition who continues to protect what is his alone.
Many, many reports of seeing a strange light, like a lantern. And many people have interpreted that as Mr. King with a shovel still searching for his gold coins.
At the University of Montevallo.
Ugh, creepy.
Which one's the king?
Here's an old cemetery right in the middle of the campus.
Which one's the
There's Harmon Hall. I didn't have to take many classes there, but I did take some science and math classes there. And across from that is Comer, and I know I took some English, and I think I took a Spanish class there, and maybe a few others. Patty Joe and Caleb, this was one of my favorite places to come eat when I was at Montevallo, Zapopan.
That has Russian sign on it.
It says Russian?
No, it has the Russian on it.
What's a Russian?
A Russian flag.
A Russian flag? No, not so much. But Caleb, what do you think? You want some Zapopan? Okay. What do y'all think about Zapopan?
Zapopan, you mean?
Zapopan.
It's good, but look what happened to my food.
Yeah, your taco fell apart, didn't it?
Yeah.
Caleb, what do you think about Zapopan?
I'm good. And you know
good?
what? My dad didn't have to do that much because I brought my drink in.
You're like your mama. Thrifty, aren't you?
I brought my drink.
Right, this wasn't here when I was, but we're going to try the gourmet popsicle place. Caleb, what kind did you get?
Chocolate.
You got chocolate?
Birthday cake.
Birthday cake?
I'm gonna sprinkle it in
And I
there.
got blackberry ginger lemonade.
I wanna taste it. I
Gross.
wanna taste it too.
Now I'm going to have cooties.